Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. What did we play last episode? It was Wendleton, I believe. I'm gonna double check. I recorded co-op with Cranberry before this, so yeah, we're on random. What did we play? We did play Exile Awoken. Cool. So we're on to Soulguard. Alright. Soulguard's interesting, actually. I'm excited to play more of Soulguard because they did that Titan channel change not too long ago, and I have not played much with it. And I'm interested to see if I feel like it's a meaningful change. So let's take a look at what we got here. Before we begin, do I have anything I want to tell you? Yeah, don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel or to the video. And yeah, eventually, like I finished, not yet, I haven't quite finished a big block of like stressful schoolwork. I would like to say that I finished it, but I still have a test to take on Tuesday, though I'm not that worried about it. But anyway, I'm hoping that I will find the motivation to record more videos for the YouTube sometime soon. I've been able to keep the Monster Train series stable. I think I'm good for like one series to be completely stable, and then once you get beyond one series, it starts to be shaky, as I am. But anyway, yeah, do all that good stuff, and we'll get into it, shall we? We got Exile, Stygian, and Default Umbra, which is good. We got Soulsucker, Talos, Ragefell, and Sap Seraph. We got Ice Tornado, Prismal Dust, and Crystalline Seeds. Prismal Dust is really good. I want to look at the Umbra starters. Just for a second, because it's on my mind. Because I want to see where I would put Prismal Dust on the starter list. What's over here? Making of More Souls, okay. I think that Prismal Dust is probably probably top 3 starters. It's like, I would say Prismal Dust, Space Prism, and Antumbra Assault are all about the same spot for me. It's a really good common. Like this is definitely one of the better ones to start with. Oh man, Cranberry and I never finished our review series, did we? Ah, heck. Alright. Well, let's get to it. 30 seconds really isn't that much time. They started doing a thing on YouTube where I have to confirm that I don't say any super bad words within the first 30 seconds. No frigs and such. But I was like, do I? I don't know. But I really don't, because we're 3 minutes into this video and I have not shut up. Jackstrip starter. Cool. The intro is just me saying, hello, welcome back to Monster Train, and then what did we do last time? Watch, I actually swore at the start of this video and I don't remember. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I don't think I did. Anyway, I wanted to play Titan Channel because I want to see how it is, but there's no Titan Channel here. So I'll probably play Cold Channel. I do actually think that Cold Channel is the best Soulguard. It's taken me a while to warm up to it. I thought it was Dire Channel by default, but I think that Dire Channel is really underwhelming, and I feel like Cold Channel is tough, but as long as you have a run where you're not going to lose for picking Cold Channel, which this one will not, I will take, what is this? I'll take 3 damage we can expect from this enemy, and then the 245 as well will probably do, so we can, I think the expected outcome of me taking this trial is about 10 damage, 8 to 10 damage, which I think is acceptable. It doesn't put any risk on our units, because all of the actual enemies die to jack strips. So it's just a matter of how afraid am I of the Protector, and the answer is not that afraid, as he is dead. I was saying something and then I had to make choices, and whatever I was saying was lost to the ether. Anyway. I don't know, it's late and I'm feeling good about this run so far. It's weird because some nights I come onto this, like I start up the recording and I'm like, man, What do I even talk about in these episodes? And other nights it's just like it flows, right? What do I talk about right now? Talk about the plans for the run. It's interesting because it's all speculation, right? There's truly no way for me to make any sort of assertion about this run right now. I'm gonna look for your general pickups. I'm gonna look for your good spells that do a lot of damage, and I'm gonna look for an incant unit to slap behind Soul Guard. The big thing I don't seem to like about the new Titan channel, by the way, is the way that the new Titan channel, it just has higher stats, right? The thing that I don't like, and this is something that I've actually just always disliked about Titan channel, is the way that I feel like I'm losing value once he reaches his like threshold, right? It's a unique mechanic, but I don't like the feeling of like, okay, now I'm at 15 and incant doesn't matter anymore. I wish there was something about that they could have done. I'm gonna take Crystallis. And Perils is interesting. I was talking about Perils in the Discord today. I think that if you don't have a better choice, you're supposed to just always click on Perils of Production when it shows up. Because, I don't know, it feels like I'm supposed to just click this card here, right? It's okay, it triggers incant, and sometimes it does really, really cool things for us. And these other two cards aren't that good. We have a boss plan, so we don't need to gorge, and I feel like gorging is a plan that you follow through to kill bosses, because it ramps up too slowly to kill heavies. So I'm gonna try taking Perils here. The big downside, of course, is that I can't play it on Soul Guard. So if I don't have a morsel to generate to put up there, it's bad, but maybe we combo this with something really cool. Who knows? Large Stone plus 25 plus 10. Shark and Cold Kalia. So, with Cold Channel, this is definitely the Soul Guard at this point I feel the most comfortable with. I know what we're looking for. We're looking for something to sit behind Soul Guard and ramp up, and then also, you know, we're looking for Siren of the Sea. The unit that I am thinking of is Siren of the Sea. You can do it with Rage Siren with Incant Armor too, but you're looking for one of those. I think maybe you could do it with a Shark, but it would be messy. The point is, so, the thing about Rage Siren is she doesn't actually scale in any way. There's no inherent scaling to taking a Rage Siren, right? I'm not, and so what you're thinking is, oh, well, the Rage, right? Yeah, you're right. I am speaking incorrectly. When I'm talking about scaling in this matter, my brain is thinking about the scaling you care about for Soul Guard, which is defensive scaling. And the parallel I'm going to draw is Cold Kalia is basically the same. She has a worse damage scaling. Rage is a little better right now because Rage 2 and this is Frostbite 3. But if I just slap an Incant Armor 2 onto Cold Kalia, it's the same. More or less. With that being said, I think it's better to take the Shark. Yeah, we got another Stygian Steel, which is really nice. I'm just going to take the Shark. I thought about it, and it's best just to take the Shark. Now I'm going to do something a little, perhaps surprising here. Yeah. It's Incant Armor 2. And quick. Now, the other thing about Cold Kalia, though, is she's bad into Sap Seraph. Too bad. I wish I had something useful to put this Incant Armor 2 on. I guess I could put it on the Shark? Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. Can you do that? The heavies, right? I could dupe him, though, if I'm really... Huh. But no, I need... No, I need a unit to go behind my Soul Guard that will kill enemies. Yeah, for sure. I can't do that. But that's an interesting one. Because it would be really good if I had just a little more space. It would be really good. I'm gonna take this Armor Trial for the unit drift. I took the Shark for a reason. The reason wasn't specifically Armor Trial against this enemy setup, but the reason was pretty similar. You can play Shark up here. It's fine. It's a weird looking floor, but it's not bad. The reason, if you're wondering the exact wording of the reason that we took Shark, is to deal with enemies that are backline that have more than 2 health, of which We knew eventually we would fight at least one. More like, 6 to 7, but you get the idea. It's so weird to have Prismal Dust here. I have 4 energy and I have Prismal Dust, and yet it's like, I mean, I guess I should play it. No, I think it's bad. I think I play it for the incant only. This is really weird, but I think that that's the best thing to do there. The reason that playing it on Soulguard is bad is because the boss is going to have some amount of Frostbite stacked up from the Shark, and also potentially from Foregone Powers. And if I just put 5 damage shield on the Soulguard, that Frostbite's just going to tick down. We want Soulguard incrementing that Frostbite, even if it's only slightly. Yeah, we're going to have a good amount of Frostbite on him too. Cool. How strange. It's like really weird, right? It feels really weird, but there's really nothing to do with Prismal Dust there. We should be good. Oh, we're not even close. What the hell? I'm gonna play these 3 cards. We're fine. We take 8. Huh. Interesting. Oh yeah, because Soulguard only gets 2 rounds in, of course. So maybe it was better to damage shield in hindsight. It was better to damage shield in hindsight because I don't have something behind Soulguard to buy time. Good to know. Good to know. I'll take a second Crystallis. Ember Cache. Sure. That's good. That's called Kalia again. God damn it. I just saw this unit draft. What the hell? Skip this. That's a shame. Obviously I didn't see the Morsel Maker in the last unit draft, but like, as if, dude. Multi-strike +5/+10. Oh, give me a Siren. All right. That's just excellent. Okay. I think our odds of winning this run just spiked quite a bit. And this is a 95 gold multi-strike too, which is so good because I can roll this for endless now. Holy moly, that's insane. That's insane. That is truly unbelievable. For 275 gold, I walk away from that with multi-strike and endless. The 2 oh my god. I think that Hellhorn is the best here because of, what is that card called? Alloy? Alloy of the Ancients? Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Transcendent. Dark Deal's not bad. It's not that great though. Could have gone for Adaptive Mutation, then we just make our Rage Plan Perils. I think this is a skip though. I don't think Dark Deal is really that worth it. Although I guess it's not terrible. Once every cycle, so she's not gonna lose health. She's gonna be even at least. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's an incant too. Okay, I'll try it. I think I need to give Dark Deal a little more respect. One thing that I want to address, you may be thinking, what about that +25 on the Shark, dude? And you're right, I have skipped it twice now. And I don't know if I actually explained it, but I will now talk about it because I've just kind of forgotten to talk about it until now. Hey, what the heck, Talos, get out of here. Wonder if I ever just put the Shark up here. I don't think so. Just play him, I'll play him middle floor. It's fine. Oh, he's not gonna die if I play him middle floor, is he? Basically the Shark, specifically against this Seraph, I've talked about it before. I talked about it mostly on stream before, but basically there's a round if you have +25 on this Shark where he gets killed, or no, he doesn't get killed. He wipes the floor, but the round does 50 damage. And so he ends up living just barely at 10, and then the next round he is killed in 1 hit, and then the backline doesn't die. And I think that this is something that, honestly, I don't think it matters Like, I'm not sure it matters that much. Because... I'm gonna Crystallis this, yeah. Maybe I should be focusing on scaling the top 4. I might be underestimating Talos a little bit here, to be fair. But I'm not sure it matters because I think it might be fine to just, like, just let it ride, I guess is how I would put it. I know that Solguard's dying here, and that's fine. It's okay. But like that one round, you can just replay the shark. It gets kind of awkward if you draw him like on the middle floor and he's on the middle floor and doesn't die, right? But I think for the most part, it doesn't matter. But I'm not sure. So I'm kind of just messing around with it. I'm seeing if I notice a noticeable difference from not taking the plus 25 right now. I'm trying to find a reason in one direction or the other. I haven't seen one yet. But if I do, we'll see, right? Because I've had the chance to do it on this run, and I've been thinking about it, so it's worth a look at least. Ultimately, if you're wondering and you're like, oh man, is it right, is it wrong, just do whatever. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. But it's something that I've been thinking about, so I want to test. So, okay. You got Ice Empire here, which is just maybe one of the best cards in Stygian. Especially in this run, is it a really good card. However, a lot of the time, with this Soul Guard on the floating bosses, you get a ton of value out of Hoarfrost Effigy. Shroud Mitosis is also here. I'm not going to pick it, but it's also here. Was there an Umbra banner? That's interesting. In the first 2 rings, there wasn't a single Umbra banner. The only chance I had to see any Umbra units was one Morsel Maker. I almost said Master, I know. Anyway, I'm gonna take Ice Empire here. I think that when we get to the floating bosses, we don't need Hoarfrost Effigy. Oh, sorry, now I've seen Morsel Master, Morsel Maker. My mistake. What a cursed run if you were trying to play Umbra. Take draw here. Yeah, take draw here. There's gotta be at least one Umbra banner, right? Yeah, okay, there is one. I'm not going to it. I didn't want an Umbra unit, but there is one. I'm gonna go left. I want removals. I don't really care that much about Pyre health, I guess. But I want the removals to get these train stewards rolling out. Trying to think if there's a reason. Like, what would I duplicate? I would duplicate Ice Empire. Nah, I'll go left. Ultimately, though, I think that at the end of the day, the plus 25 health on the shark, it doesn't matter. Give it to him if you see it. I think that the law, like, I'm looking for a combat where I lose something really meaningful for not giving the shark plus 25. And I'm just keeping my eye out. I think that it varies run to run as well. But either way. Full healing when they move up a floor is going to be pretty tough, I think. We're not perfect yet, but we're pretty close to as good as it's going to get. We're also at 82. I'm okay to give this a shot. I don't think this trial will kill us, because in the worst cases they go up at like the reflector goes up at 90 health, but it has like 10 frostbite on it, right? So it does like, you know, 3 hits, 15 damage, kind of whatever. And in our better cases, that doesn't happen. Not gonna play Perils here. That's the downside of Perils, right? Sometimes it's completely worthless and contributes nothing to the run. It is unfortunate, though. I would like my Perils to be a little better. Now, the big question. Do I Dark Deal this Collector, or do I do this? What am I more afraid of? Am I afraid of this damage? Well, let's actually just look. It's 29 times 2 plus Soul Guard does 4. That's plus 8. It's not enough. Over 2 rounds though, this foregone power is worth it. Especially since it chips away at actual armor, so that's not lost health at all. Okay. I knew what we were getting into when I clicked the trial, so I'm not too concerned about damage taken here. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm being blindsided here in any way. I'm going to... It's weird because it doesn't matter if I incant this enemy. Right, as long as our damage output is higher than the armor, then the amount of armor they have does not matter, right? Because of the... And you might have been able to do some frostbite finagling to get that, but yeah. 2 hits from that enemy is no big deal. And maybe we can kill this if we pull a spell. Yeah, cool. It's 4 dies. I want to maximize that frostbite. This one might be a little more dangerous. I should play Prismal Dust for the incant. Something that I'm pretty bad about is playing Prismal Dust for the incant. I probably should have got more frostbite on this floor. I don't think it necessarily matters that much. Oh, that's insane. What the hell? That's so good that I won that. That saves a lot of damage, I think. Because it lets us add 12 frostbite to this, which means that he dies in 2 rounds instead of like 3 or 4. Okay. Cool. It was never really a concern on if we were going to survive this combat or not. There's a bit of a concern because we're not scaling for heavies very well right now. But we can remedy that somewhere along the line, I'm sure. We got the Isopire. Like, we have a bunch of spells, so we have all the pieces I would want. I just didn't really draw them in a great order. Especially for the trial we took. Also, all of our spells are expensive, which is not great. Interesting. Maybe I want to take space on this run for the shark, actually. That might be good. Whitestone casing. I don't think I would take 22 damage for Whitestone casing, typically. Urchin Spines is good here. And I don't want another Ember Cache. Urchin Spines is good here. It's a card that I don't often take, so I'll talk about it a little more. It's good here because in its worst cases, we play it for the same thing we're playing Prismal Dust for, 0 energy incant, and in its best cases, it clears a floor for us. Both outcomes are good. Magic Shop here. Kind of want to remove, but do I want to duplicate? I wouldn't mind duplicating Ice Empire here. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. And the removals are good. The thing is, the steel shops just aren't... It's not super impactful, so we can wait for this, right? We're not going to make or break Rage Foul based on getting incant armor too. We have most of what we need, so I'm going to do this. What you can argue, by the way, I definitely can foresee this argument for the shark, is that we're taking... we're potentially at risk because Shark has less health, which means he puts less frostbite on bosses. Which is true. In case you're thinking that. You may have already typed that comment out. Who knows? I'm gonna do Ice Empire. It's just such a good card. I used to think Siren Song was better than this card. Crazy. This trial is like... It's free. This is a really free combat with Jack Strips, although self-made harpy, so you know. You never know. I traded 22 health in the last round. I'm willing to give this one a shot as well. I'm playing a little more fast and loose here, I gotta say. Perhaps a little too aggressive. I want this shark down here. I want him to take the full round against the wave after this, because the wave after this one is the one that you care about. The next wave is the one that's scary. You gotta be above... Your intervals are 42, 49, 56, 63, I believe, are the numbers for this Soul Guard. So that's what we're looking out for here. Yeah, 15 Frostbite is pretty good. What a strange looking turn. Okay, I'm gonna play that. Cool. I have very few fears. The only thing that I'm really worried about is the next two enemies hurting me. Not this one, but the one after this one kind of scares me. That's it. For the most part, I think we're sitting pretty here on this combat, which is good. Are you a lifesteal morsel, I guess? Oh no, a lifesteal morsel kills itself. 37 times 2 is 74. So you're dead. Just play this here. A little more frostbite. I would have liked to have played it on the next turn. It's kind of interesting to look at that and see if it's better to take the frostbite down here or the damage up here. Hard to say. This is where Urchin Spines comes into play, by the way. All of a sudden there's nothing to be afraid of. Occasionally it does really good things for us. I think that if we hold over Ice Empire, we're probably in a winning position. Play this shark. I guess he takes 5 rounds. It's okay, I'm pretty confident here. I should have put that damage shield in the back. That's my mistake, but I could try and pretend like there was some overarching great plan for that, but nah, I just didn't think that went through too well. This guy dies. Huh. It might be actually better because now Soulguard maybe lives an extra round or something, whereas damage shield here doesn't matter. I don't know. There's a level of math that I'm interested in doing in this game, and that isn't it. Like, there's an amount of min-maxing and thinking that I'm going to do, and the idea of trying to split up and work out the better positioning for these is just too much. Should have played that morsel in front. Guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, look at that, it was good. Cool. Like I said, I wasn't afraid of Self-Made Harpy. We were worried about the 3 Sycophant waves. Oh, a Totem Fragment is nuts. Holy moly. That's really good. Guardian Stone's also really good here. Alright. Void Binding is less so. Do I ever take Excavation Eruption here? I don't think so. Our fear is heavies. We have backline answered. I think I have enough spells though, especially with this card. Or this relic rather. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we remove and then this run is set. Remove and upgrade spells and I think we are done. So let's work on that. Start with, we want to cost reduce a lot of spells. Every one of these we want to cost reduce. We're not going to get enough for that, but we're going to try. I don't mind this, but it's not great. Wonder how much better double stack gets when you do this. Double stack, it's a real, like, this is really good double stacking. It's just like old double stack, actually, if you give it a +1. Interesting. I mean, if you give this double stack and 2 +1s, that's kind of strong. I'm not going to, because that's a big waste of resources that we could spend in other ways. Like double stacking this rage, but this is a bait. This looks really good, right? This double stack looks really good, but the reason it's not good is because this isn't really the way that we're going to be killing heavies. And it's not the card doesn't do a ton. It's a nice little boost to the Siren's scaling, but it's not worth 110 gold here. There's a lot of other things we can spend that money on. I'm gonna work on getting cards down to 0 cost, I think. Permafrosting. Nothing's that good here to permafrost. Yeah. I'm okay without. So we're gonna buy 2 removals. Worst card in this deck. Shade Splitter is nice. I guess too many. We remove our starters one at a time, I think. Because I think they're about the same power level right now, so we just split them up. Do 1-in-1s. Oh, it's Bone Dog. Hi, Bone Dog. I take Bone Dog every time lately. I don't know, I don't think I want Bone Dog here. I'm gonna leave Bone Dog a morsel. Just didn't even read it out loud, but I knew the game was gonna guilt me for not picking Bone Dog. Yeah, yeah. I get it, I'm a monster. It's okay. Rage Fel can be scary. If she rages the same floor 3 times, we're in trouble, but just don't have that happen. That's gonna be my overall plan here. We're gonna play top 4, even when we lose space top 4. I know we picked the Guardian Stone, but it's interesting, right? The Guardian Stone is good, and I would like to play around it, but in reality, it's not worth the value we get from Totem Fragment killing heavies, as well as scaling, having the extra turn to scale plus the Ice Empire. It's worth more than Guardian Stone is. So Guardian Stone unfortunately sits this round out, and basically, if oh, there we go. If we just lose space top 4 in the next 3 rounds, or in the next 3 combats rather, then the Guardian Stone was bad. However, if that happens, I'm also angry. Look at that, she raised this floor 3 times. 2 times, technically, I guess. I should be fair. She raised this guy twice, though. She raised middle 4 twice. If this Alabaster Guardian could move, it would have hit me for a lot. But, you know. She did effectively rage a unit 3 times. It's kind of weird to think about it in these terms, though. I shouldn't feed that guy rage. I think we do just play the Prismal Dust when we draw them as well. I think the big hurdle with Frost Channel is Fel. Once you get past Fel, you're typically cruising. So, you know. I'm feeling like our odds of getting past Fel are reasonable. So I'm feeling like we're cruising. Sure. Doesn't matter that much. With the amount of Frostbite we're stacking up, I'd be surprised if we die anyway. But I don't have the survivability on the Siren. I did take it lightly. So anything could happen. You never know. I'm gonna play it like this. I like this line. As long as I don't just completely whiff on a spell, it should be fine. Hopefully she doesn't do that. There you go. The reason to play it like that is so that Crystallis can clear that floor, which is good. I will Ice Empire her. It's as good as it gets for the spell weakness. Cool. Yeah, I think that round more or less cements this as a win. We have 25 Frostbite and she's down 600 health. Looking good. Looking very good. Oh yeah, we're like 100% there. Totem Fragment's nuts. Like, it's so good here. I cannot stress enough how good Totem Fragment is for us on this run. A run where we have like 6 damage spells and our plan for heavies is muddled, but we always want to set up top 4, and you offer me Totem Fragment, it's insane. It's crazy. I don't think that there was a better relic. It's not true. Double Incant was better, but, you know. When isn't Double Incant better? Good question. No answer. There is not an answer. But yeah, we've reached the point. This is a big thing in the run where we have density in terms of spells that do damage versus other cards in the deck, so that there aren't any turns where we are missing our damage spells, which is really big. It's a really, really good milestone to hit, especially on Fel. It means we're on pace really well. I would take Gifts here if our plan was to kill Seraph through spell weakness. Obviously this is not the run for that, but if this run looks slightly different, Gifts would be a big pick. As it is, I think this is a skip. Don't think the third Ice Empire is needed, we just remove and get the same effect. Could make a case for energy. Could make a case for all 3, actually. Space gets a little worse. I don't like taking space because I don't like playing around that 1 and 3. I don't think that taking a relic for the 1 and 3 is good. I think we want to cover... The way you have to look at it is you have to look at what's the angle that you need to cover, right? Do I need to cover playing top 4 with the Guardian Stone? Nah, I don't think so. Guardian Stone's cool, but it's not gonna win or lose their game. It's nice, it adds a lot, but it's not... I think that we can survive without it, basically. So, given that, I don't think we need to take space, which means I think draw or energy is better. Energy lets us play more spells in theory. Draw also lets us play more spells in theory. Wonder if it is energy. I like the plan of just removing cost on a lot of cards. Most of our deck is free. I'm down to take draw. I think it's draw. Most of our deck is free, and we're going to have at least one more magic shop to make more cards free. We're going to go to the steel shop here, though. Removals are good. We're looking for incant armor too, and then we have perfect upgrades. I'm going to roll it. That's okay. I'm probably going to go to this magic shop for cost reductions. I don't want to skip 2, so I'll just take plus 25 and put it on the stone. I'll put it on the siren since I'm not seeing another... Yeah, it's fine. Not optimal, but it's just okay. Remove a foregone power. Shade Splitter gets worse as time goes on because it costs energy. We want to remove cards that are too expensive. Cold Channel gets its big upgrade. It's crazy how busted Cold Channel was in the beta. Like, it really is insane. I am going to take the trial. The card was nuts in the beta. Like, oh buddy. I'm thinking about it now. Because I think that when I saw the nerf, I was like, oh man, they really killed him here, huh? Soulguard is just dead. But, dude, he's still really good. I'm gonna play this down here. I'm not gonna Dark Deal it. He's still surprisingly good. Like, very much so. I always... Not always, but I'm often surprised by it. But like, dude, he's strong. I definitely was a naysayer at the start. When I saw what they changed about this Soulguard, I thought he was gonna be really bad. I'll be real. But he's really good. He is really good. Put this here. I think that he's bad in certain circumstances, though. He has weaknesses, right? Mainly 1 through 3. You gotta be confident your run gets through floors 1 through 3, which in this run, I was. I was confident. And we did, so it wasn't wrong. God, I'm being hard carried by Totem Fragment here. I'd be doing a lot more panicking about this run if we didn't see that Totem Fragment. I'd be telling you it's doomed. I'd probably be thinking about removing Consume from the Urchin Spines, maybe. I'd be saying things like that to you right now. But I mean, it's just easy, right? You just pull the perfect relic and then you're cruising. Who cares? Perils has been awful on this run, by the way. In theory, the idea of using it as an incant trigger was cool. In reality, it's terrible. It's like just absolutely god awful. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. And the problem is that I just don't, the space limitations, right? I can't use it in that way. So this experiment, I'm glad I tried it. I will probably not be making this decision again. I think it was very bad. And that's fine. I'm not sweating it too much. Because I wanted to see how it is if you just pick Perils. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. I wasn't sure if it was going to be nuts or if it was going to be awful. And the answer was, yeah, it was really bad. That's okay. Good? Yeah, it's closer than it... Or I think it's farther than it seems once I play these foregone powers. Yeah. 31 is not the number of incants you want to see though, especially not on a double draw run. We need to make some use of these energy cost downgrades. Yeah, there's Hoarfrost effigy. I don't want to change my mind. Nah, I think that it's actually a lot easier to do Seraph because he's floating. Preserve is kind of nice. I could preserve the bad cards and pull them out of rotation, basically. It's a way to thin the deck, but I don't. I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's go preserve. None of those. I think that we're favored to win this, but there's a possibility, right? Maybe I'm overestimating our damage output quite a bit, but we're also about to spike like crazy here. Sketches. I'm gonna roll this right out the gate. I don't want any of these. Oh god. What a horrible trinket shop. That was tough. That was tough to look at. I would like to roll. I don't want to take plus 20 and consume. I don't want to remove consume. There's our plus 10 finally. Put it on Pyre Ice. Put this down to 0. The only cards in the deck left that cost energy are the 2 Shade Splitters and the 2 Ice Tornadoes. And the units, but they don't really count. Oh, they do count. The Shark's really important, actually. Something that I definitely should have registered sooner. I should stop making these free. I should have taken Ice Tornadoes down to 2 so that I could play them with Shark. But then again, it's the same sort of deal where if I draw the Crystallis, the Ice Tornado, and the Shark, I'm going to want to play Crystallis. Ice Tornado might even just get removed now that I'm looking at it like that. Because I'm going to be playing that Shark every turn. Ice Tornado is getting removed. It's basically impossible for me to play this card. Shark dies every turn. That's the whole point of me not giving him health. So Ice Tornado goes. And then I'll take out a Shade Splitter. I think it's fine. We get a duplicate, right? Yeah. What would I like to duplicate? Great question. We did lose 2 damage spells. But also we're at 22 cards. Let me just do the count. Real quick, it's worth it. -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we draw 6 cards per turn. We'll have 14 cards in rotation, I believe. Is that right? 22 minus 8 is 14. Yeah, okay. We draw 6 per turn, so with a 4 card... I think it's right to do Ice Empire. 8 incants, does a lot of damage. The alternative, by the way, the reason, what I'm thinking here is maybe Prismal Dust, but I think it's better to do Ice Empire. Maybe it is better to do Prismal Dust. I think our odds of dying to double heavies are super low. I'm gonna do Prismal Dust, yeah. I think our odds of dying to double heavies, as I'm thinking about it and turning it over in my head, I think it's really, really unlikely we die to 2 heavies walking by us in 3 straight rounds. Basically, it should be impossible. Something has to go really wrong. Sick. Okay. Very good. Good turn 1. Yeah, something has to go really wrong for us to die to 3 double heavies or 4 double heavies going by here. So I'm going to play it a little like this with the Prismal Dust. What an unfortunate time to draw 3 Prismal Dusts. I'm just going to play Shark mid-floor. Doesn't really matter that much where he goes. And we're going to be putting Prismal Dust onto Siren. Ideally, we're probably going to be putting it onto Totem, but it doesn't matter that much. You just put it wherever. As long as it's not on Soul Guard, you're fine. Right, now I did know I was taking damage here when I drew all 4 of my damage spells on the first turn. To be expected when that happens. It is that way sometimes. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Frostbite. I am gonna play the Urchin Spines for the incant. Preserve and Foregone Power do kind of hate each other, but Preserve's mostly here just to act as a... Like, if that card that I just froze were Perils, I would not have preserved it. Put it like that. Oh yeah, we got a ton of Frostbite there, didn't we? On the Seraph, right? What did we get? 49? That's a lot. Okay. But basically the way we lose is like if Soulguard got sniped this round, I could see a loss. That's more or less the only way though. I did just toss that Rubble Morsel in there. I did it for one more incant. Was it worth it? I don't know. This is the wave, by the way, that I was talking about, where if you are at a 60 health shark, he dies to the wave before, then this wave happens. Oh, tell me I draw a Prismal Dust here. If we draw a Prismal Dust here, it's like the run's over. Oh, God is dead. Oh, no, it hurts me so much. Cuts me right to my core. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Oh, man. What else can I say? That hurts. That hurts me. That hurts me a lot. Float 9 goddamn energy with three chances to draw Prismal Dust from the deck. Oh, video games. You just hate to see it. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze this Prismal Dust. I'm just gonna not play Foregone Power. I'll play Perils, Prismal Dust. It is fine. We win. It hurts me that I didn't get to play that value Prismal Dust. I feel good when I play cards for value. Yeah, from this position, I think that there's nothing that we can do to lose. I'm gonna go so far as to just let this round happen. Yeah, I'm gonna go as far as to just let it happen here, because yeah, I don't want to Ice Empire. I'll play it. Yeah, I don't play it. Just don't discard my Prismal Dust. Thank you. This is a lot of Frostbite. That's like, that is a round. That's worth a lot. That's a round of Seraph before Seraph goes up, which means we just got like, effectively by letting that happen, we just got like 3 rounds on Seraph for free. Is how I'm going to frame it anyway. Now Soulguard is dying, but I think that we have sealed Seraph's fate. Soulguard dying is good because then we just put the shark in his place, actually. Interesting, huh? Indeed, it is very interesting. Let me just put this here. It's over. We won. Something like I think it's over. The math is working out when I look at it here, but maybe I'll be surprised. That's what I'll say. Like, maybe something really shocking is going to happen between now and then. I guess, realistically, the reason that I'm backpedaling is because I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure. But, like, maybe I'm wrong. Now it's super over. What the hell? I mean, okay. So, Exhibit A of why I was backpedaling and hitting you with the maybe nots, I'm not sure, right? It's exact lethal before I play this turn. So it was actually closer than I thought. Well, no, it was as close as I thought, but as I was thinking about it too much, I was like, oh, it's close. But no. The extra Prismal Dust maybe made a difference, I don't know. Probably not, really, but yeah, cool run. I think you can do the same thing, by the way, that I did. You can win at the run by skipping the play that I did where I just let Soulguard take the round. I think that it is correct because you get 240, then 239, then 238 that you wouldn't have, which is, it's like an increase of 200 damage, so it's effectively like 400 damage for free, plus the Frostbite is stacked up. But you can make the case that it's better to let Seraph do it, because it is Seraph that would, like, Seraph hits 3 times, so, and you would have extra time to incant. Is 400 damage worth? Probably. I don't know. Hard to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's a longer run, 50 minutes. Huh. Didn't feel that long, but also I feel like I got super distracted and sidetracked a lot. Anyway. Such as this. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, do not forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.